Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Flatline by Bramy's Bags and Boards. I've had quite a few of you guys recommend that I review some bags from Bramy's. The first set of bags I've had for them, first set I've thrown, first set I reviewed. So let's go dive in, break these bags down. I'll tell you everything I know about them. We'll start as always with the materials, slow side. This is a material that I don't see very often. It's a material I really, really like. It's the same, it's a herringbone pattern on there, but it's actually not a carpet material. Herringbone is just a pattern. A lot of times we say herringbone, we refer to that carpet you find on like the BG Wizard. This has a herringbone pattern, but it's not that carpet. I'm pretty sure this is a polyester material. It's not even a polypropylene material like a carpet material would be. So it's actually the same type of material that you find on like this fast side. It's just a different pattern, a different design. It's the same slow side that you find on the Titan Dweller, the non-typical bag company. I think they had a bag called the AKT that used it. Dragon Bags had a bag called the Double Dragon. I don't know if they still make it or not. This was actually the fast side of that. That was a carpet bag. This was the fast side. So you see this material a few places here and there. Haven't seen it a ton. I actually love the way it plays. It plays about, I'm gonna call it a 5.5 speed. I think it plays at times at like a 6 speed and at times like a 5 speed. It kind of fluctuates a little bit in between there, between a 5 and 6. So 5.5 is a good speed for it. You have a ton of control with it. It's very hole friendly. It's just it's a soft feeling material. So it gives you a great hand feel. I think it's a great material that kind of fits between those slow bag players and those fast bag players because it bridges the gap and you can do a lot with it. Fast side, this is that game changer, surefire fast side. We all know and love it. It's an 8.5 speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing, cleaning up blocks, collecting bags, blowing up piles. Template wise, this is a medium template bag, but it's really kind of bordering on the smaller side of that medium. It's closer to a small template bag than maybe a medium for me, but I'm gonna call it a medium template, leaning towards small in there. It's got a medium amount of fill in here, so it doesn't have a lot of flop to it. It has some flop. It is not overly floppy at all. So those of you who like a less floppy bag, a little bit fuller feeling bag, I think you're going to love these Flatlines. They really have a wonderful hand feel to them. The materials get really soft when they break in. I can grip them. I have complete control. There's no movement. There's no wobble in it whatsoever. So when I release the bag, total control on it. The fill in here is a mixed fill. Absolutely love the fill that Bramy's is using in this. It just plays wonderful. It has some movement to it, so the bag, you have the ability to cut, roll, and flop with it, but it's not overly aggressive, so it doesn't punish you that much with a harsh kick. And this material is much more forgiving than that herringbone carpet is. This material has some kick to it, but it's not a punishing kick. So if you don't throw a flat bag, you can get away with throwing this. It's also much more hole friendly than a herringbone carpet. It's one of the knocks on herringbone carpet is it's just not hole friendly. This material is much more hole friendly than that. It drips in the hole really well, and you'll see here if you watch some of these throws I had where I was kind of playing with the bag off to the side, both sides, and it was still grabbing that hole and just melting right in. That's why I love this material so much. And the fill helps that. The beads in this mixed fill just help this bag just really drip right in. So it's much more forgiving around the hole than typically a bag of this template would be. Typically those medium to small bags, template bags tend to not be so forgiving around the hole. They tend to kind of skip over the hole. They don't grab the hole. But this bag, you can see it for whatever reason, it's not a super floppy bag, but it has enough flop that it grabs those corners really well. And I was really trying, in some of these clips here, I was really trying to intentionally see how far I could go off to the side and that bag still grab. And it was still grabbing and coming in more times than I expected. I thought several times I threw it, it's not going to do it, and it grabbed and went in. Really impressed me. I love when a bag can make up for my mistakes. The accuracy, I tell you all the time, accuracy is my biggest weakness. I tend to struggle with landing the spot I want to, and I'm always missing left or right. When I have a bag that can make up for those mistakes, it makes me a better player, increases my PPR, helps me win more games. I have more success playing. So I love when bags can do that for me. These Flatlines can definitely do that. These bags are also ACO stamps. You play in ACO events, you can throw the Flatlines. Let's jump in and talk more about playability here. And this is a versatile bag. You can get up there if you like to play a dirty style game. You've got the control. You can slow this bag down. You can put blockers up there. It makes a nice blocker. And because it's not floppy, it's on the fuller side. Collecting it, you're just clipping a corner. It doesn't accordion up. You clip the corner, you take it in. As I mentioned, both sides extremely hole friendly. And with the mixed fill, you get the bag into the hole, it's just going to drip in. So it doesn't take a lot to get that bag to collect those blockers up there. However, for me, where I think this bag shines and stands out more is when I want to run bags in the hole. I just, as I mentioned, I love the way this slow side plays. Now, I preference that the one knock I would say on this slow side material is humidity. Because it is a polyester material, it is affected a little bit more by humidity than that polypropylene carpets would be. humidity. As it gets more humid, this material is going to slow down to eventually it's to a point where it won't play. Light humidity, mild humidity, it still plays. It just plays at more maybe a 4.5 speed instead of a 5.5 speed. Still playable, but as you get to that heavier humidity, you may want to switch to a hybrid or a carpet style bag completely to play in the conditions. But normal conditions, dry conditions, love the way it plays. As I mentioned, it's great for running bags in the hole because of the hole friendliness, because of the forgiveness of it grabbing it hole really well. This bag just does it just wants to find the hole. As I threw it, I was amazed at how many times I felt like I missed my throw. I didn't throw it right, and the bag still went in the hole, or the bag was still left short and in playable conditions where I can go grab it and bring it into my next bag, or it's in my opponent's lane, and now they've got to deal with it, maybe push through it or try to collect it, or it causes them to bounce off. I felt like even my misses were good misses with this bag, which is something that again, I love when a bag can make up for my mistakes and make me look better than what I really am. And it's a fun bag, I think, when you're playing against an opponent who likes to play a dirty style game, because you do have the ability with cuts, rolls, and flops. You have a ton of control with this material. I was able to throw some really aggressive cuts with this bag, really sneak this bag around. If you like to throw roll bags or flops, you can definitely do this bag. It has enough movement, enough bounce in it. It's pretty easy, I think, to get those rolls and flops with it. So if you're looking to get into the rolls, the flops, the cuts, I think this Flatline is a great bag for that. It's very forgiving, and it gives you those options. So if you have a partner or opponent who's throwing blockers up there, I can cut around his bag. You can roll, you can flop over it. You got enough speed on the fast side to push through, and enough speed on the fast side too if you're pushing through multiple bags. If you've got a couple blockers up there, or you throw a back blocker on your opponent, and now you want to clean it up. Enough speed on the fast side to ride, take them all in. The bags don't clog up the hole. They have enough fold to them. They'll fold up. So even if you're trying to collect multiple bags, I didn't have an issue with them bunching or clogging. If you have to leave a bag hanging on the side, it doesn't take much to clip it and take it in because of the fill and the hole friendliness. If you just touch that bag, it drips in. If for some reason you have to go after it, you've got the ability to throw a cut to come across, grab it, and pull it in if it's on the opposite of the hole. So you have a ton of options. You have a ton of different ways to get bags, to bring bags in the hole, to put your bag in the hole, to leave your opponent's bags on the board and get around them. It's a fun bag to throw. I didn't really know what to expect because, again, I've thrown this material a few times. I've loved it, but I don't throw it a lot. So that was one of the reasons why I saw this material, saw this bag. This is the bag I got to try first from Bramy's. I just wanted to do it. And I've never thrown a set of bags from Bramy's. So again, I didn't know what to expect from the company. I was shocked. In fact, I was kind of almost blown away. This bag is, I hesitate to say it, this bag is at the point where I almost want to say this bag is borderline a special bag in the sense that it's one of those bags that can do everything. It's a bag that I think if you don't know where to start, if you're like, I'm starting in cornhole, I don't know where to go, this is a great bag I would recommend to you because it's a bag you can play with if you're a beginner. It's a bag you can have fun with if you're an advanced level player and everything in between. It really fills a lot of gaps. It matches a lot of different play styles. I took it with me to my league night last night and everybody who threw it loved it. And that's pretty rare. Typically when I take bags, there's always someone who says, oh, that bag's too loose, too floppy, I don't like it. That bag's too fast. That bag's too full. That bag's too slow. There's always somebody that just has something that doesn't, and that's why I take it, right? I want to get different perspectives. I didn't have a single negative thing that was said to me about this bag. In fact, I didn't get to throw it very much at all because everyone else was throwing it during their league night, which is fun because I like to watch other people throw bags. It gives me a different perspective. It lets me see how the bags react, and not just from where I'm throwing it, but maybe from the other side of the board. And so I enjoy that and got a ton of positive feedback. If you're in the market for an ACO bag, or if you play non-sanctioned events, local events, charity events, you don't need a stamp bag, I highly recommend you check out these Flatlines. I think you're going to love them as much as I have. That leads me to availability. Bramy's has a website, bramysbagsandboards.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you. These bags were $75. They had free shipping on there, so $75 shipped to you. Incredible price. If you throw these bags, I'd love to hear your feedback. What you like, what you don't like. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.